Right, this is the daily chart of DIS. This is the new DIS plan. This is Power Trigger Trade Sandro on StockTwits. Power Trigger Trade Sandro. So let's get to the DIS plan. So here's the DIS plan. Let's take a look at the options for DIS. We'll take a look at the option plans. In this plan, this can be bought on a pullback or at the new confirmation buy point. The pullback zone is at 103.5 to 103 area if they give that low risk gift to buy. Just to make a point of this, I did this with GM where we bought the pullback. It actually gave it gave hours and hours of a chance to buy GM. I think it was at the 34 zone, 34.5 zone, or the 35 zone, and then it bounced, and then it based, and then it broke above the buy point, similar to what's going to happen with DIS. Okay, so there's two options, or you can wait for confirmation. Either way, you can make good money. I mean, the amount of money you can make really depends. But at least 150% gain should be easy based on the setup that I'm seeing and the visionary lines. Stock could need a little bit of time. It's a bit overbought, but it doesn't matter. Overbought can stay overbought and continue to go higher when you have great momentum. All right. DIS is set up to test 111 to 113, so there's a strong move ahead still from here. This plan is part 2 from my other DIS plan I posted November 25th. That has gained 200% so far. This can gain another 150% to 300% gains from here as well. Even more depending on how you trade it. So what's the new confirmation point? Well, this needs to break above 105 on some good action volume. Good action volume is 1 million on a 10-minute chart as it breaks the 105 area. If the volume is less than that, then watch this base above. So basically, if the volume doesn't seem, if, let's say you got 900K or 800K, but if it's something like 700K as you're trying to break 105, it could be that the stock may need more time, so we probably want to watch it base above 105, look for power towards 105.25 to 105.5. Either way, getting in these zones should be very profitable. But if one wanted to wait, because consolidation could last for days, we have no idea. No one knows for sure how long before someone wants to break up. We need to just take the signals, and this is why we need you have a plan. You're buying. A lot of my plans is usually to buy the power. So let's go take a look at the options for DIS. Okay, so like I said before, I'm using the Google browser here, and here we're at Yahoo Finance to take a look at the options for DIS. So we're going to drop down to January the 20th. We're going to look at the January 20th options. And we're going to look at the 105 calls. And as you can see, there's a lot of trading happening at the 100 to 105 calls, the 110 calls. Now, I'll be honest with somebody. If they want to buy the 110 calls, these can make a lot of money too. Give me 1 second here. There's one thing I didn't mention in my plan, of course, on the written part of it was the calls. But since if someone's watching the video, we're going to be talking about the 105 to 110 calls, right? The 100s are, could be used as well, but you can see there's a lot of action and a good spread. I mean, look at this, a 4-cent spread, very small spread, very tight spread here between the 105 and the 110 calls. Could you make a lot of money with these? Well, like I said in this video, here's a reference. You're looking at, right now they're trading at $1.80 for every option you buy of DIS. You control 100 shares. It costs you $180. Of course, the confirmation needs to be higher. But you could also use the 110s if you want. Someone with an account that they don't want to. You want to spend less. You want to spend less than $1. In other words, look at. I've been asked a question. Can you, if I have $3,000, they say, a person told me they have $3,000. Can I make money with options? And well, with that size of account, I mean, it's the best, right? I mean, you can. Those people, what I recommend would always look to make some money on something like this, because you could get into this with 4 options for $400. right? And if those options just double for you, that's $400 in your account, right? So to answer the question for people with small accounts, I mean, that's the whole purpose. Whether you have a listen, the new power trigger trade people, you know, he invests a lot larger than a lot most people. And for example, and he's also kicking ass of a lot of other traders out there. He made 60K in GM, but he buys a lot of options, right? So he has a larger account than you power trigger trade, and he goes pretty large. Again, you heard that right, $60,000 in GM on the last GM trade. Had he held more, he would have made even more. But anyways, he had taken profits while he hit 64K and in GM on the last GM move, and I mean, he had to go away. He had to. Anyways, I don't want to get into what happened, why but he could have easily hit on. Now I know there's a lot of services out there. They tout a lot of things, blah 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 blah, but they don't make this kind of money. And what I'm getting at, why am I? I don't want to bring money, but people, what I'm trying to get at here is that whether the account is small or large, people can make a lot of money trading options if you have a good plan, and that's what I'm trying to show people about my plans. And you got to look at a lot of my plans. Anyways, so I gave you that story. You can take a look at the 105 to 110 calls, and this video shows the base price of where everything is. Give me a second here. So we're back here at this plan. Again, I didn't write the options, but the January 20th 105, 110 calls are what I'm looking at. This is just the instructional part of everything. The support zones and the confirmation zone. If you like these videos, you like my plans, I suggest you become a follower on my new YouTube channel. It's new. This is not that old. It's been around just recently. Subscribe. And you're gonna see my Sandro Power Trigger Trade, a circular image coming in the end of this video. Simply click on that. You'll see the Sandro here. It'll be around here. And you click on that image, and you'll automatically subscribe. If, for example, if you have a problem or you miss it, it doesn't last very long, right? It's going to be on the screen for about 5-10 seconds. But if you happen to miss it, you can also go just manually go to YouTube, search for Power Target Trades. When you see you'll see my my channel, and hit subscribe, and stay abreast of all the plans. The Costco MCD plan is another plan. Let me show you something, the original one. Give me a second. So here I am in my video manager here, and you can see here I posted this November 26th. It was probably based on November 26th, 25th close. DIS cat trade. So the DIS trade, the cat trade didn't do too well, or didn't do amazingly well. But I did make profits, and so or was a break even. I never re-entered it, but DIS did worked, but then had to get in the secondary entry of it. But the original plan, if you want to see the original plan, you can see the DIS plan here, November 26th. You can check out that video. All right, so I'm back here at Power Trigger Trade. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Get involved on my YouTube channel, and ask me questions, reasonable questions on the videos if you like. I'm here to help. I'm here to make my followers and subscribers lots of money. Again, don't take action unless you fully understand my plans. Study, but follow along the study, and there'll be other trades you might want to get into and make money. So there you have it. Subscribe, follow, like the video. Thanks for listening. Like the video.